our time. As you are well aware that in the United States, just post George Floyd, there was this kind of awakening and reckoning with our racial history in the country. Well, the project at Harvard Divinity School and all across the university is reckoning with Harvard's own legacy of slavery and what they're going to do to make repairs. They have initially released a report. The report is it's kind of shocking that, when you ask the question, why am I really here? It kind of, now I kind of know there was more reason for me to be there than to be a student, but to also be a part of the conversation. They have since allocated $100 million to start their own reparation process for addressing their history of operating in enslavement. We're going to work with them on the rest. I want to talk just for a few minutes from the subject, the Spirit-filled church. Will you say that with me? Come on. The Spirit-filled church. There's a scripture that says, it is the letter that killeth. It is the Spirit that giveth life. Say it with me. Come on. It is the letter that killeth. It is the Spirit that giveth life. And I wanted to talk about this because I recognize that right now, more than ever, Unity of Sacramento has been called to be on the forefront of change, but also in this unusual way that we are, with me being there and you being here. There's something that is so important that carries our work forward, and it's not how smart we are. It's not how much Fillmore we can recite. It's not how well we know the principles, but it's how we move in spirit. Tell somebody it's all about the Spirit. Tell them it's all about the Spirit. It's about how we do what we do. Yes? It's about, come on, how we do what we do. And I know that as we work to continue to expand on our vision at Unity of Sacramento, which some brave board pioneers set out upon in retreat, David Cook is among them. Give David Cook some love and appreciation. President Emeritus. There were some brave leaders that went out to start envisioning what this place can be and how we can move into the future, and captured this vision of a world of peace, prosperity, unconditional love for all, and this idea that this could be possible, that we could build toward that. But in order to build toward that, there's a spirit in which we must operate. And it is that spirit that I'm feeling when I'm logging in from Cambridge watching this service. And I just wanted to stop by this morning to remind you, keep the Spirit alive. Tell somebody, keep the Spirit alive. Keep the Spirit alive. Keep that Spirit alive. You know why? Because it's keeping me going. And it's keeping somebody next to you going. Do you know that on average every week when somebody walks into these doors, they didn't just walk in here because they like coming to church? That's true. That something may have occurred in their lives that between the Sunday that they were not here and the Sunday that they decide they're coming. See, around 9:30 on Sunday morning, somebody gets the prompt. You know what? I've been upset all week. I've been hurt by what someone said. I've been challenged by what's going on the job. There was a transition in my family. Whatever it is, there are a set of things that people consider, and around 9:30, they say, you know what? I'm going to just get dressed and going over to Unity of Sacramento. See, I'm going to go, who did it this morning? Who did it this morning? Tell the truth and stay in church. And do you know what they are expecting when they walk in these doors? They are not expecting you to recite the 5 principles to them. Who knows the 5 principles? Who knows one of them? I've been here with you. Thank you, David. At least David knows. I do expect you to know them. You understand? But they're not expecting you to recite the 5 principles. They're not expecting you to hurl scripture at them. That's the thing that happens, you know. That sometimes our church communities become so insular that we create amongst ourselves insiders and outsiders. And the folks who are coming to visit us are the outsiders and we're the insiders. And so they feel isolated because they don't know the song that you knew, and they don't know how to say "and so it is" and "namaste" and all these other things. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And so even when people are coming and wanting to be a part, we must not be about so much about how well we know how to do it around here, but how well we know how to deliver the spirit of love in this place. Because when they cross the threshold, and they will, and maybe it's your turn, maybe it's your Sunday, they want to feel a Carolian, sunshiny welcome. You know what I'm talking about. Who knows what I'm talking about? Talking about the late Carol Williams. That as they cross the threshold, squeaking in here around, what time does service start? 10:30? Squeaking in here around 10:34. They don't want to be scolded because they're late. They don't want to be met with somebody whose seat that they're complaining over. You're in my seat. They want a Carolian Williams kind of, come on in, we've been waiting for you. Come on in, you're in the house that love is building. Who knows what I'm talking about? That sometimes that's all that is necessary. That we are actually people, Mandela said, we are people through other people. And so our connection is established the second somebody walks into this space. So I want us to ask ourselves, what kind of spirit do I want to feel when I come in here? And then what kind of spirit did I bring in here with me? Ask somebody in right and left, what kind of spirit did you bring in here with you? Go ahead and ask them. You don't have to answer, just ask them. When I'm talking about a spirit-filled church, I'm not talking about being a holy roller. Though we've got a little bit of that in us as well, don't we? Tell somebody, I ain't shamed. Go ahead and tell them, I ain't shamed. Did you get it right? I ain't shamed. We've got a little bit of that in us as well. But when we're talking about the spirit-filled church, we're talking about the spirit that is rooted in intention. Let's ask ourselves the question, what is our intent here? Come on, in the first person. What is my, intent here? What is my intent here? And I declare that you and I came here not only to bring something, but to receive something. Is that a fair deal? Now, if you are moving through a challenge in your life, I ask you to set the intention when you walk on this campus. Hear me. Set the intention or have the spirit of operating in the solution. Did you hear what I said? I'm not coming in here to drag my victim mentality around all day. Did you hear what I said? Come on. I didn't come in here to be a victim. I came in here to operate in the spirit of the solution. Tell somebody, I am a miracle going somewhere to happen. Come on, say it with me. I am a miracle going somewhere to happen. Say it again. I am a miracle going somewhere to happen. Sometimes we feel those bones. Anybody have bones that like to hurt every now and again? Good. I'm glad you don't. But sometimes you are experiencing pain of some sort. I am a healing, come on, going somewhere to happen. Come on, say, I'm a healing, going somewhere to happen. So that when you come into a spirit-filled church, the spirit that you bring in here packs this place out. You want to pack this place out with the spirit of healing. Do you get that? There's a story about